Hey everyone, welcome to the Sacred Slope. I think I just wanted to say that we're living through some really difficult times. And I know for Christians who are Democrat or progressive or more liberal, or maybe you're outside the US and that's still on the right in your country, it seems to be very difficult when there are people all around us who are taking a lens of Christianity and making it into something that a lot of us probably recognize because we were raised in it and steeped in it. But then to watch it make an attempt to force its way onto others, that's the part that I really don't think that we even recognize. The call of Jesus that we were raised with was a gentle invitation, right? It was seek and you shall find, caring for the poor and the orphan and the widow and the neighbor. We were known to be kind. And I don't know why that has become less of a priority. But one of the things I think that can help us is to expand our lens, expand our worldview, and see a little bit more of the world like God sees the world every day. Because God looks at the world and sees all of God's creations, every single person. Think about how God handcrafted each one of us to be so unique, right? Like our fingerprints were hand designed to be unique. Our features, our eyes, our hair, all in this beautiful genetic pattern that leads us to us. And in the end, God is the artist. And to me, any attack on any human is just spitting in the face of God. And so I just hope and pray we can find a way forward that is rooted in love. If we speak the words of Jesus, if we want to follow him as Christians, I pray that we love our neighbors as ourselves. That is how we love God, with all our heart and all our mind and all our strength. And I pray that we do our best to produce the fruit of the Spirit. So today I'm going to help you zoom out of our worldview a little bit. I really wanted to talk to somebody that was not in the US as we start our journey learning from people in other countries to be able to get a fuller picture. That is one of the ways that I learned more about God and about who God is and about how there are so many people on this earth who think differently and worship differently and have different opinions on all kinds of things. I've been fortunate enough to have traveled a lot in my life. I've traveled to over 30 countries, to Southeast Asia, to Central and South America, traveled a lot in North America, and I've lived in Europe, in the Netherlands, and in Spain. And I speak Spanish and Dutch. I have had the experience of being an immigrant, of being a foreigner, of being someone that can't speak a second language or a third language as well as my native language, and being just disoriented culturally. And that has also given me a vast appreciation for God's beautiful earth. It has helped me understand that what we might think is normal is so cultural. We are products of our cultures. We're products of how we celebrate our Christian faith. We are products of that culture at that time, and we get to choose which lens we want to celebrate and worship God through. There are thousands of denominations that will help us do that. There are millions of people that dedicate their lives to helping us do that. So if you feel right now super disoriented and disillusioned by the faith you thought you knew, by the people who are spewing hate they somehow don't see, I want you to know that does not mean you are losing your faith. It does mean there might need to be some reevaluation of the local church space that you have allowed yourself to be surrounded by. And that's completely okay. It's totally fine to find another church, another denomination, another way of thinking. So today I'm going to help you do that as we go across the pond from the United States to England. And we're going to talk with Reverend Helen, who's from the Church of England. I just want you to remember, when things feel foreign to you, that also means that what you're saying often feels foreign to them. And it's very interesting to have conversations like that. I challenge you this week, let's drop our pride. Let's try to seek humility. Let's try to seek understanding. When we don't understand something, let's not choose fear. Let us choose curiosity. That does not mean we're going to agree with everything that we learn and see, but we at least need to be educated, be humble, and not pretend like our way of viewing the world is the only way to view our Christian faith and our world. Let's make this place kinder, because right now I really believe that Jesus is crying. I heard James Tallarico say there was a theologian that was screaming with the deaths of the children in Palestine, like, God, where are you? And then he realized that God was screaming, where are you? So I really hope that we can take that forward in this moment, continue the beautiful work of standing up for the orphans and the widows and the vulnerable and the marginalized, to care for those who need help, and to look around and find opportunities to be kind. How can we love our neighbors as ourselves this week? All right, without further ado, let's get started.